friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Laura. This is the Last Minute Laura channel, and when you come here, you can usually find me making something or doing something crafty. Today, I am going to show you how to make this super cozy little bootie as a house slipper. So I've made baby booties before, and I've had a bunch of requests to do a grown-up size. This is something grown-up sized for sure. The final measurement for the one that I'm making is 9 inches, 9.5, 10 inches long. So I'll show you how you can shift that if you have a bigger or smaller foot than me. But for now, that's the size I'm making. I am about an 8.5 women's for shoe, but I will show you again in terms of measurements how to make this work for you. It's got a really cute shape and a really nice ribbed ankle so that even though it's nice and big and smushy, it stays on your foot when you wear it because the ankle holds it on. So if that sounds interesting to you and it's something you want to learn how to make, keep watching. Also, if written patterns are more your thing, or if you just like the art that I draw in my bullet journal, definitely join my Patreon. All of my patrons get access to my bullet journal spreads, which in this case is a very detailed pattern for this chonky socks. But yeah, I have patterns for all kinds of things. You see that from last week, the arm warmers from a few weeks ago. Lots of different patterns come out, and they are available to patrons only. I put them up just for my patrons, and they come with any membership to Patreon. So it's $2 a month. You get access to this. You also get access to the private Discord so that you can talk to people about what you're making. And also it helps when we're in the live streams. For when we're having discussions, people can talk in the Discord and show pictures and whatnot. So if that sounds up your alley, definitely check the links in the description and join my Patreon. So to begin, we are going to need a chunky yarn. This is, I would say, probably like a number 5 weight. It's got a lot of squish to it. It's this beautiful dark purple color, and I believe this is acrylic. I don't know the brand. My sister gave it to me, so this is a good stash buster. You don't need very much yarn for it. I'm going to need 2 different hooks for this, a 5.5 millimeter and a 5 millimeter. I'll show you why later. And as you see, I changed the color towards the top. So if you want to do the same thing as me, get a second color to keep for the top portion. So let's get started. So first things first, like every time, we're going to begin with a slip knot. And then we are going to start with a chain of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we're going to slip stitch to the first chain down here. And that's going to make a little round for us, a little donut to work into. So that's a little circle now. Next, after we've done that, we're going to start by chaining 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then we are going to double crochet 9 times into the middle of that chain 4 donut that we made. That chain 3 is going to count as a double crochet. So this chain 3 and then 9 double crochets will equal 10 double crochets for your round. So let's start there. Do double crochets into that middle of that chain 4 donut we made. And there's 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets. And now double check that you've got 10 total in your round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now I'm going to slip stitch my round together at the top of that chain 3. I'm just going to join that round by slip stitching. Ugh, it might be a little tight. Just make it work. And there we go. And now if you pull on the tail that we had left, it'll close up that remaining hole in the center of the donut there. So now for this next round, round number 2, we're going to start with a chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. That's going to represent a double crochet. So we're going to put another double crochet into the bottom of that chain 3 where the slip stitch came out. And other than that, we're going to put 2 double crochets in each stitch all the way around. At the end of your round, double count, make sure you have 20 stitches total. And then we're going to do the same thing to join the round. We're going to slip stitch at the top of the chain 3. All right, here I am at the end. I'm going to join at the top of that chain 3 with a slip stitch, and we've got this cute little circle now. Now what we're going to do for round number 3 is we're going to start with a chain 3 again. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to double crochet into the base of that chain 3. And then we are going to double crochet in the next stitch, just one time. And in the next stitch, we're going to do 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. And then in the next stitch, just 1 double crochet. And then in the next stitch, we're going to do 2 double crochets. So let's join my yarn. And 2. And we're going to repeat that all the way around. At the end of this round, you want to have 30 double crochet stitches in your round. So we're doing 2 double crochets in 1 stitch, 1 double crochet in 1 stitch. 2 double crochets in 1 stitch, 1 double crochet in 1 stitch, all the way around. And when you get back to where you started, just double count. It may seem silly, but double count. You want to have 30 double crochets in the round, so it's worth the double count so that you end up with the exact same size boot. You don't want to have one that's slightly smaller, but not enough to really bother you, just enough to notice. You don't want that. So count your stitches. Make sure you end up with 30 here. All right, and now I'm going to join the same way I have for the first 2 rounds, just slip stitch at the top of the chain 3. And now we have a nice circle. Beautiful. And guess what? Round 3 was the last time you have to worry about counting your rounds in order for increases to be accurate. You don't need to do any more increases, what I'm trying to say. For rounds 4 through 9, we're going to begin each round with a chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to double crochet around. This time, we don't need to work into the base of the chain 3. We can just skip that and work into the next stitch. And count the rounds. You're going to want to have 30 stitches total. The chain counts as a stitch, remember that. And hey, while I am rushing through rounds 4 through 9 with just double crochets in the round, I'm going to also invite you to subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. Many of you who are watching my videos are not actually subscribed yet, so definitely subscribe. You'll get notifications when I put out new tutorials, which is every Tuesday. Also, if you like this channel and you want to join in on the community, we do live stream Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 9 a.m. Eastern until around 1 p.m. Eastern. And we do that 4 days a week for 4 hours at a time. So you can definitely come by, bring your project, bring your whatever you're working on, and bring your questions, because it is an awesome, lively chat, and we have a really good time. So if that sounds good to you, subscribe and come by. And don't forget to click the like button, of course. Also click the like button. All right. So I just finished my 9th round, and that is the whole front portion of the toe. And now we're going to be working for row number 10. We're going to start, now it's called a row. That's something to think about first. So we're going to start with a chain 2, 1 and 2. Now we're going to double crochet for 20 stitches, all right? So 1, 2, and 20. So if you've been maintaining your stitches right, you'll have 10 stitches left unworked. We want 30 total, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, the initial stitch there. So you'll want to have a 10 stitch opening here. And now you can see that's going to be the toe. And then we're going to be working back now on the body portion of the shoe or the booty. So for that part, we're going to chain 2. Now that we've finished that 20 stitches, we're going to turn it around and we're going to just double crochet across. Nothing special, nothing fancy, just double crochet across. So we are going to do from row number 10 all the way up to row number 18, we're just going to go back and forth here with the double crochets in each stitch across. At the end of each row, we're going to do a chain 2 and turn, and we're just going to keep doing that double crochet. If you have a longer foot than me, you can keep going for more rows than that. The idea here is that at the end of your rows back and forth, you'll be able to put that sock over your foot, and then you'll be able to close up this piece at the back and put a seam here to cover your whole foot. So just keep working back and forth on those rows until it covers the whole length of your foot, and you can close up a seam in the back. I am going to zoom through this part because it is just straight double crochets. And when I finish up to row number 18, I will come back here and I will show you what we're going to do next to get started on the finishing portion. Get started on the finishing portion? Does that make sense? Get started on the finishing portion. Yep. So like I said, row 10 to 18, double crochet across. You want to only be using 20 stitches now, not the full 30. And when you get to the end of row 18, I will meet you there and I will show you what we're going to do next to put this thing together. Okay, so I'm just coming up to my last row here. I'm on row 18. I'm just doing my last few double crochets. And then it's going to be time to put the actual booty together, and then we'll work on the cuff after that. So here we go, last 2 stitches. Perfect. Okay, so now you can kind of see a booty shape, see? So there's your toe, and then that's going to be our back ankle there. So what I'm going to do is flip mine inside out because we're about to do a seam and I want the seam to be on the inside. So next step, fold over your rectangle. So we've been working this rectangle. Fold it over to match up your corners, just like that. And now let me zoom you in for this next part. Okay, so what we're going to do next here, we're going to be working down the back here. So that's the row we just finished, folding it over. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hook through the first stitch on both sides of the fabric. And then I'm going to take that working loop and I'm going to pull it through both. And then I'm going to chain up 1. And now the top portion of the ankle here is connected. Now what I'm going to do is single crochet through both pieces. So through the entire stitch on both sides, I'm going to do a single crochet. And I'm just going to single crochet all the way down, which will connect the entire back seam, making it actually a booty already. So the cuff, without the cuff, you technically could still have this as a booty. That's totally okay. But I like the cuff, so stick around for that part. But if you're just looking for something extra, extra simple, you could stop here, in theory. There we go. And then the last stitch here, single crochet. And now for this portion, we are going to be done. So I'm going to snip my yarn, pull my loop through, and I will weave that in after. But now we can flip that inside out. So there's the seam. We can push all of that back right side out. And check this out. It's a little booty. So yes, you could take it and keep it like this and just have it be like a over the sock sort of moccasin shaped booty, but that is not what we are going to be doing here today, not on the Last Minute Laura channel. We have more to do. So let's do it. First, we're going to pull up a loop. I am going to pull up a loop right at the beginning where the seam is, right there. I'm going to pull up a loop and then I'm going to chain 2, 1 and 2. And then I am going to double crochet in each row all the way around. So it's going to look a little gappy at first. Just bear with me though. So I'm going to put a double crochet in each row all the way around. 1 there, 1 there. And when you get to the corner where the, I'll just show you, I'll just work with you here. So I'm putting 1 double crochet in each row until we get down 9 rows where it connects again to the round part of the shoe booty. So here we are at that last double crochet there. And now I'm going to put a double crochet in the stitch that that row came out of. So we just put a double crochet into the beginning of a row because the rows are worked this way, and we put a double crochet here. But now we're going to be turning direction. So I'm going to put a double crochet in that corner stitch right there. And now we're going to be working across the front part of the booty. This part's easy because you're just doing a double crochet stitch into each stitch until you reach the corner again. Okay, and now we are back at that corner stitch at the other side, or we are to the corner stitch at the other side. So I'm going to put 1 more double crochet in that corner. And now we're going to be changing directions again. So we're doing 1 double crochet per row now. We're going up the rows. And I'm going to double crochet 1 in each row until we make it back to the connecting seam. And we're going to connect this round with a slip stitch. We're going to slip stitch at the chain 3 at the beginning of the round, or chain 2. I think chain 3 is what you should do. But anyway, we're going to slip stitch the round together there. Almost there now. And there we go. Then I'm going to put 1 more double crochet right at the beginning. There. Ugh. Now we're at the end of our first round here, around the ankle. I'm going to slip stitch together there. And now I'm going to chain up 3 again, 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to be working front post and back post double crochets around this open ankle portion. So we're going to start with a front post double crochet. And next we're going to do a back post double crochet. If you don't know how to do any of the stitches worked in this pattern, I will have those linked in the description below and in the iCard right now. So you could check those out if you don't know how to do a front post double crochet or a back post double crochet. That's okay. Don't worry. You can learn them and then come back here and make this awesome little cozy house booty. So for this round, round number 2, I'm just going to front post, back post, double crochet all the way around. When I make it back to the beginning where I started, I'm going to slip stitch the round together, and then I'm going to do a bunch more rounds. I'm going to do from rounds 2 up to round 4 with this front post, back post double crochet. So I'm going to zoom through that because it is the same old, same old. I'm just going to be doing rounds of the same stitches, front post and then back post. But I will meet you back here when I get to the end of row number 4, round number 4, I should say. So I will see you when I get to round number 4. All right, I'm coming up here to the end of round number 4, right? 1, 2, 3. Yep, I'm on my end of round number 4. And this is when we're going to change colors and change hook sizes. And I'm going to show you that in just a second here once I've finish that last stitch. And now we're going to slip stitch the round together, but I'm going to change the size of my yarn from this dark purple chunky to this light purple worsted weight. So that first, let's do that first. Finish the slip stitch with both colors. And then I'm going to chain up 3, 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to switch hooks to the 5mm now. And what this is going to do is just draw in the ribbed stitch a little bit more in order to make it even more snug and cozy around your ankle. So I'm going to do the exact same thing still though. I'm doing the front post, back post double crochets, but this time I am using the 5mm hook and the smaller yarn. And I am going to do that for rounds number 5 until rounds number 8. So right now I'm on round 5. I'm going to do 5, 6, 7, and 8 with the smaller yarn and the smaller hook. So it's the same thing. So I'm still going to zoom through this part, but it is going to be a little more snug. It's going to draw in the top of the ankle. You'll see. I will see you when I finish round number 8. Okay, I'm coming up to the end of my last round of front post, back post double crochets now. I'm just going to finish these last few stitches, and then I'm going to join my round for the second last time. I'm going to join my round here with a slip stitch. And then I'm going to chain up 1. Now for our last round, just to create a nice edge around this top portion here, I'm going to finish this off by doing a round of single crochets. I feel like it just adds a little bit extra. It just makes it look a little more, I don't know. I just like how it looks, adding a little edge here of single crochets. So I'm going to do that. You don't have to, but I am going to. So for my last round here, I'm just going to single crochet around, still with the 5mm hook and still with the skinny yarn. And this, like I said, this just draws it up, draws it in a little bit more so that you get a little bit more snugness around the ankle, so that these slippers, even though they're nice and chunky and big and spacious, they're not going to fall off your foot, which is what we need in the winter time. This is where I'm actually finishing my shoe, my booty. So I'm just going to weave in my end here, and then I'm going to show you what we've got. Ta-da! We've got a cute little pair of grown-up booties. So these ones are not baby booties. These ones are for grown-ups and kids with big feet. You could definitely change the size though. So I did 3 rounds of increases on my toe. You could just do 2 rounds of increases, and that would make it a narrower foot if you want to be making these for a kid. Also, if you want to make them for a kid, you can make it shorter by just not going as many rows, and that'll be fine too. Oh, so cozy, so warm and chunky. They go great over top of your socks. The bottom is super cute. The top is cute. The little ankle portion where we use the tighter hook allows it to snugly hold onto your feet. And yeah, that's it. What do you think? Yes, my feet are on the table. Don't judge me. What do you think though of these little booties? I think they are so cute. I think that they would make a great gift because they're super quick to make. Like you could make a pair in under an hour for sure. But let me know what you think. I would love to know. Again, if you want the written pattern, I've got it for you. Just join Patreon. And also, I would love to say right now, thank you so much to all of my patrons. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon. I really do appreciate you. And yeah, definitely check it out today because the pattern will be up for you today. Although most of you probably already knew that. So there we go. Some cute booties. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you like it, give it a like. If you don't like it, you can please leave a like. But anyway, friends, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.